When is it too late to get your copyright? And more importantly, can you actually lose the right to copyright your music if you wait too long? So, this is very important for artists and producers and anyone who's making creative stuff in the music business. So, part of kind of my online programs and one on one trainings that I do with students about helping them with their careers, staying legally protected, making money, and doing all the things, we talk about all the stuff having to do with protecting your intellectual property, copyrights and trademarks and contracts. And so when it gets to discussing about copyright, well, can you kind of screw yourself by waiting too long? And the answer is in this video. So let me go through, the crucial considerations that you have to explore first and foremost in regards to copywriting. We have to first talk about kind of the power of getting that copyright protection. But first, what you need to know is that you do have copyright protection as soon as you make the thing. So there is a difference here. Please pay attention. When you make your creative work, right? So let's say I'm at the piano, I put down some chords, I'm singing into my phone, I'm recording and I'm kind of demoing it out. Even at that stage, I actually have copyright protection in my melodies, my words, in my chord progressions, right? So I'm already protected at that level. And that's the great news. And that's why copyright law does protect you just at kind of like a standard baseline. But then we go into, well, there is a crucial role with actually getting a registration. So the registration, so because this seems to be a big confusion point for clients who contact my office. If you, let's say, upload your song or your lyrics to a website, if you mail it to yourself in the mail and it's like the poor man's copyright thing, like all of this is not official copyright registrations. What instead you have to do is you have to actually register through the Library of Congress, which is at copyright.gov, and you can just do it online. Great news. But there's a crucial reason why you have to do that, because what it does is it's going to actually solidify your ownership because it creates a piece of paper. You get a registration through the Copyright Office with that piece of paper that becomes your evidence of enforcing your rights later on when someone decides to try and steal your lyrics and instrumental and all the things. Moving on to kind of the erosion of rights over time. Okay, so you kind of have this window of opportunity to get all of the premium rights that come with copyright protection with the registration. Okay, and the longer that you wait, the more that opportunity closes. So what you need to do is you need to actually act quickly to get your stuff registered and to do it through the Copyright Office. If you guys are you're holding on and if you're confused at any point in this, please leave a comment down below and I will clarify for you because this stuff is so very, very important. So what you're going to do is that you're actually going to maximize your legal protection by acting swiftly. What you're going to do is you're going to open the opportunity to get additional legal protections through things like statutory damages and attorney's fees. So what happens is if you wait too long, you will lose some of these rights that come with copyright protection. Now you got to do it one way or another. All right, if you're watching this video and you have stuff that you, should have registered 10 years ago, you likely have more limited protection with copyright, but you still need to do it because in order to enforce your rights in a court of law, in order to do any of the things you got to do to protect against infringement, you need to have the registration. Very simple. So then let's talk about what's the price of missing this opportunity window of when you need to actually register. So the opportunity cost ends up being that you, let's say at some point, get a great licensing deal, or you have a collaboration, or at some point, someone wants to purchase your music. These are all things that often happen not just as you were kind of going along in your career, but if you have a song that does really well and a label comes in is like, great, I want to purchase the song, I want to re-release the song. All this stuff is super great. Not super great if you have not done your due diligence and actually registered your music. And, I've had this happen before when I'm doing catalog sales. So meaning we're selling music catalogs, and that step of just registering all of the copyrights were never done. All of a sudden now we've hampered the deal. We either lose the deal or it ends up causing a lot of delay, which can in effect end up losing the deal. Now that we've kind of explored why you have to take care and to actually go that extra step to register all of your copyrights, now the burning question is, well, when is it too late for you to register the copyright for your music? Now, the truth is that there isn't really this specific cutoff point, right? So to my earlier point, if you've waited 10 years, 15 years, whatever. You still got to do it. But again, the point that I'm making is that your rights become more limited over time and because of your delay. What I want to plant the seed in for you guys is just to say there's never too early of a time. Let's go with that. There's never too early of a time for you to go and get your copyright registration. And in fact, you can file for copyright protection before your music has even come out. So my kind of rule of thumb is make sure you have filed for copyright registration through copyright.gov no later than when the song has actually come out. If you do it beforehand, great, kudos to you, but I would not wait any longer than that because again, your window of opportunity is gonna start to close. On the channel, I do a ton of videos. We're talking about copyright and trademark and contracts and all the things that you have to know in order to really protect yourself and to protect your money. I mean, at the end of the day, what are we talking about here? It's protecting your money. That's what happens when you get into trouble, when you have a breach of contract, when someone comes after you. We're talking about monetary damages. So if you found this video helpful, you definitely want to subscribe to the channel, turn on this bell notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. And if you need help, message me on Top Music Attorney on Instagram and let me know what you're up to.